What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I set this up while I was with my trainer. The traffic to get home was bad. So, like the video's intro plays, we got a lot to get into.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
Make it make sense. You know what was up.
Big moves.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the
Your
things.
name is right now, bad boy. Love. Well, we about to make love. And then we gonna change your name back to Diddy. Cause then we gon' Diddy. Then we gonna change your name back to Puffy. Cause that's what you gonna be when we done Diddy.
I like that.
Hold on, what you ain't supposed to like it. It's,
I like what you're talking about.
I don't like it if you
I hate
like it.
scrambling and scraping.
Hey,
That's a lot. I like that. I like you.
guard?
I ain't locked in here with you, playboy. You locked in here with me.
Hey, no Diddy, bro.
And grab that baby roll over there and lather up.
Lather up.
Thought I told you that. We
Hey,
won't
nah,
stop.
man, hold
Thought I
on.
told you.
Okay, y'all. Somebody requested that in the chat. I see you guys' comments. Hope you enjoyed that. We don't really get to do too much on Diddy. I think that we should start off on a positive note this morning. I want to send a very special shout out and congratulations to French Montana, who effectively he is the only concubine who was able to get away from Diddy and successfully swerve like Todd into a better situation. So shout out to French Montana. We all know that he had a very interesting relationship with Diddy for years. Actually, he had moved on from Chloe to Diddy. He has, outside of Common, we have not seen a man come up like French Montana. So congrats to him and his very beautiful fiance, the Princess of Dubai, or so we thought, until we found out that she only used filters, and this is who she really is. Never have we seen a decline so fast. They are now comparing her to Chloe. Here's the thing. She's not a ugly woman. The problem is if you constantly use these filters and everybody knows you as a filter, eventually there's going to be candid video of you, and well, as you can see, who we thought he was getting with is not who he is actually getting with. She has money. She has money, but this is an extreme catfish situation. When they start comparing her to Chloe, it was like there's one image that says, "Who is the most beautiful woman French Montana has ever been with?" Let me see if I have that one queued up. I don't think I saved it. To me, I see similarities to Chloe, so he definitely has a type. He definitely has a type. Yeah, no, I don't think she's an ugly woman. I just think that it was an extreme catfish situation. And that's when you're in the public eye like that. Maybe you could get away with it before you were with French Montana, but anybody who previously dated, I mean, was represented by Diddy. Anybody who previously was, repped by Diddy, you're gonna be in the media. Somebody who went out real bad, somebody who had all the billionaires and Nicki Minaj wanted to be around them was Meek Mill.
Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud.
That's the wrong time. Nigga.
Count out loud.
30.
Huh?
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42.
Keep going. Keep going.
7, 8, 9, 1, 2.
Keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat on your bunny hops. They suck. Your bunny hops suck. You got.
Not quite sure what part of the game that is, but that was Mike Rubin, another multimillionaire who has so many ties to Diddy and Jay-Z. I think he actually is Cash App. His company does Cash App, and that's just one of the things that he's affiliated with. Nicki had Meek walking around like a bad bitch.
Why is Meek Mill walking like this?
Yes, sir. Good looking, y'all. You never thought Meek Mill come to Ghana and ride with y'all. Celebrities don't do this.
Let me get They're all going out bad. As you know, Meek is now saying Meek Mill asked fans for help with funding an independent project. But a more prominent and widely reported instance was when he asked fans to support his music by using it in their content, which led to massive increase in streaming numbers and earned him a shout out. So now you're begging for help. Now you got Mike Rubin, your connection to Diddy. Now you over here begging for people to listen to your music. Okay.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
Okay, but we're actually here to talk about Carisha. We weren't even supposed to be this messy, but we're here to talk about Carisha. So overnight, 133 pages were submitted to the judge. These people are all there to say what a great person Diddy is. Now, none of these people were able to stop him from beating B's asses, but everybody had something to say. Now, most people are pinpointing Carisha's stance, so we're going to start there. Everybody from his new chef, Dallas Austin, of course, his family, but I want to start with Carisha. The baby mama he didn't want. Let me see, is this it? No. At first I thought that said Ariel Mitchell kid. Here we go. Carisha. Now, Carisha's a little bit of a thanks for the super chat, AT2. He says, may you never have to bunny hop or participate in any humiliation rituals. What made it even worse was it was a humiliation ritual that he did and released to the public. That's the craziest part. Going through the ritual is one thing. Going through the ritual and being embarrassed like that in public is crazy. Thank you for the super chat. My name is Carisha Brownlee. I'm a mother, daughter, sister, and a hip-hop artist who has spent many years in the public eye. Now, there's one thing she forgot to include in that introduction.
She was somebody the other day. I said, I'm really, like, I'm more like with a W. Like, I'm more.
But define that, though.
Like, I'm more.
So let me correct it. My name is Carisha Brownlee. I'm a mother, daughter, sister, hip-hop artist, and a whore who spent many years in the public eye. Her words, not mine. Her words, not mine. I'll read it and then give you my ideas on it. I want to be clear that I cannot speak on or defend anything that may have happened before I met Sean Combs. I do not condone any wrongdoing. I can only speak from my personal experience and the man I've come to know over the past 4 years. Now, no, you cannot speak for anything that happened before. Got you. But now you, like the rest of us, watch this trial and we know that he at least beat Jane one time. And you now know that he told Jane that you were just a business relationship. I do not condone any wrongdoing. I can only speak from my personal experience and the man I've come to know over the past 4 years. For 3 of those years, I was in a public relationship with Sean. And during that time, I witnessed and came to know a different person than the one often portrayed. Behind the scenes, he was loving, genuine, supportive, and always encouraging. He motivated me, believed in me, and helped me grow, both personally and professionally. I'm writing this letter because I believe it's important for the court to know the side of Sean that's always seen or spoken about, the man who poured into others. Who gave opportunities. Yes, you were paid for dating him. You definitely received opportunities. And right now you are grasping at the last one because your career is DOA. At the time that the City Girls first came out, this provocative, I'm comfortable, I have agency over my own body, and I'm sleeping with dudes for money, and that's it. I'm working dudes over. It was catchy. It was a little bit further than Cardi B had gone. The problem is JT was a scammer, went to jail. You had to hold it down. And by the time JT got out, there was already a shift. People no longer wanted to talk about just working dudes over for money. They wanted to have lip glosses with chlamydia, with name like chlamydia and gonorrhea. They wanted the sexy reds who were not only saying they were dating for money, they were just saying, I'm absolutely disgusting. I like STDs. I want to F raw. All of these things, the pendulum kept moving. It started with Trina and it has ended with Sexy Red and, well, not even Sexy Red, because then you got people like Blueface's baby mama who's sticking everybody's feet in her mouth. Like, we have reached a level of just utter disgust. Golden showers are now almost a prerequisite for the Carishas. The point being, there is no longer a market for her with the City Girls. It's a wrap. Even Quality Control says Young Miami reveals that her label isn't letting her release new music because they don't see any growth in her music and feel her fans have grown up. This isn't just something that I'm saying. This is the reality. And the reality is Carisha has a personality. She's pretty, but without Diddy really there infusing her career with money and credibility, there is not really a space outside of influencing that Carisha has really been able to tap into. It's not going to be music. That's a wrap. Y'all know what I mean? I'm not even trying to be funny. That's just the reality. So I'm not surprised that you have all these people willing to write character letters, but not one person was ever willing to stop him from beating bitches' asses. Taking Ray J's ass, but beating up women. For 3 of those years, I was in a public relation with Sean, and during the time, I witnessed and came to know a different person than the one often portrayed. Behind the scenes, he was loving, genuine, supportive, and always encouraging. He motivated me, believed in me, and helped me grow both personally and professionally. She doesn't even see that she was being used. Diddy was old. Diddy was washed up in the music, in terms of music, outside of him re-infusing his career with somebody young and who was now, he wasn't going to be able to make a mark. He can have every DJ Khaled, every Rick Ross on a track, but he needed somebody to pull from that was pretty enough to be on the red carpet and dumb enough not to realize they were being used to push his last album. She didn't just use him, he absolutely used her. I'm writing this letter because I believe it's important for the court to know the side of Sean that isn't always seen or spoken about. The man who poured into others, who gave opportunities, who led by example, and who loved deeply. He helped shape me both professionally and personally. He robbed allegedly all of his other artists. He was sleeping with you, and you helped his professional career. So it was, again, mutually beneficial. It wasn't him just being some altruistic, good-giving person. No, there's always something behind it. He helped shape me both professionally and personally. He put you in a video called Act Bad, where he was just an old man buying you Chanel. Okay. He believed in me, pushed me to grow, and taught me how to be a better businesswoman. He helped me find balance between chasing my dreams and being present for my family. Because that's what he did. No matter how busy he was, he never missed holidays or special moments with his family. He also beat the shit out of people and made them hide so that his family did not see that side of him. Like, we're not going to make just because he was good at business does not mean he's a good person. And I want to get into that too. All of these people who say they're bipolar, and that's the reason why they are aggressive towards women. If you are bipolar and you're aggressive towards women, then how the hell do you turn it off when you want to make sure that your family doesn't see that side of you? See, I believe that mental health can lead to physical violence. But what I don't like is when celebrities do something wrong, they just put it all off on, oh, well, he's bipolar. He knew to turn it off. We didn't see him beating up dudes. We never saw him attack a dude that he knew would fight him back. One of the most meaningful memories was when he took me to my first Met Gala. It wasn't just about the event. It was about what it represented. Sean has always made it a priority to open doors for Black people, to make sure we were seen, heard, and valued in spaces where we've historically been excluded. The Met Gala has a ton of Black people. You going to the Met Gala was just about your public persona and his as well. Somebody he was sleeping with and peeing on when his Asian women were not available. I'm trying here, y'all. I'm trying here. That night reminded me that we belong in every room, at every table, and in every conversation. He's constantly encouraged me and so many others to dream bigger, walk in confidence, and never shrink who we are to make others comfortable. He also gave me a voice by providing me a platform on his network to speak for the culture and connect with people in a way that was real and authentic. Let's talk about that. Yes, Carisha, please. I do think Carisha is very entertaining, but it led again with sex. Why is that for the culture? It probably would have been better suited on Zeus. Why is that the impact? You're talking about getting peed on, eating other women, sex with multiple people. I'm a sex positive person, but I'm not trying to paint that as great and impactful for the culture. Am I missing something? Because somebody clearly helped her write this, but it's not giving what I think they thought it was going to give. I'm really trying hard. You felt like your sex talk with other celebrities was great and impactful for the culture, as opposed to just something that, might be funny or entertaining. That opportunity changed the direction of my career and showed me the impact one person can have when they choose to uplift others. What? I mean, something that comes to mind with Carisha, please, outside of the golden sprinkle conversation. She had a very insightful conversation on if she was to screw Megan Thee Stallion, who would be the top and who would be the bottom. And Megan says she had that big D energy, and so she would be the top. And Carisha was down with it. This is the impactful conversation we're having from our show. He gave me a voice by providing my platform. Beyond all of that, I've seen him give back to his community over and over again. In 2022, we fed the homeless together on Thanksgiving, but that was just one example. Were there cameras around? Let's see. Carisha, or sorry, Young, Miami, and Diddy feed homeless. Yes. Yes. They are feeding the homeless on camera in Miami. So again, that was a photo op and part of a rollout for his album release. Okay. There were so many moments where he gave quietly, privately, without cameras, because his heart genuinely wanted to help, but there's no examples. I've also witnessed him doing real inner work. He made the choice to check himself into anger management, start therapy, and commit to physical healing through therapy. Was that before or after Cassie blasted him? That takes strength, humility, and self-awareness, and a desire not to want to go to jail. He didn't do it for show. He did it because he wanted to grow and become a better person. In my personal experience, Sean is not a danger or a threat to the community. He is a man of God, someone who uplifts, supports, and inspires those around him to be better mentally, physically, and spiritually. But more than anything, he's a father, and his kids are the ones who look up to him the most. They need him. His presence, love, and guidance matter deeply in their lives. I truly believe that he belongs at home with his family, the people who mean the most to him, who continue to be his greatest source of purpose and strength. I will say that jail has probably cleaned him up a lot in terms of the drug usage. So maybe he is clean and sober, and he'll continue that. I want to talk a little bit about the twins. Let's see. Here we go. Exhibit 14. I wish they had a page. Now, I have been, I feel really bad for the twins. I really, really do. I feel extremely horrible that they lost their mom and the only thing they have is Diddy. But you guys can put in the chat. Don't you have your own personal relationship with your father? I get that they dress alike. It's their thing. It's their shtick. Why would they need to submit a letter to the judge asking for their father to get out of prison together? They are going to need their own identity. And I'm definitely parsing my words because I mean, of course, I think they're like 18 or 19 and they're young and they don't have a mom. But I hope that somebody is really pushing them in their lives to develop their own identity, because this would be a good opportunity for them to speak life into their father, ask the judge to let them out. Why would they need to submit one letter together? They are two separate people with two separate minds and two separate relationships with their father. This to me was odd. Just a thought. I'm not going to go too deep on them because, again, they're like 18 or 19 years old. But I think that they probably should have wrote this letter separately because they're two separate people. Dressing alike is one thing. IB the shit says, what's wrong with a joint letter? So if you follow the Shade Room or any of these places that promote Diddy, because that's really what it is, one thing that I kept seeing was people asking about the twins having their own identity, and I felt that it was not fair. All the kids did not write a letter together. Only these two. Everybody else's letter was separate because it's a separate entity and they have their own personal relationship with their father. If all the kids had wrote a letter, I would understand. But again, it's the twins who dress alike. I don't know if they're going to the same school with one another, rooming with one another. To me, if all the kids had written it, together, I would be like, okay. But again, them doing something in unison as if they are one person, I think that hopefully Lala and the people in their life kind of guide them to develop their own singular personalities. It's kind of like if you have kids back to back, and let's say you have a kid in 2000 and then you have twins in 2001. Don't just have all their birthdays together. Allow them to have their own independent thought, their own, because I don't want to go too deep. Here, the fact that she said this with her chest out needs to be studied. She needs to worry about her own kids. Yikes. Thank you for the super chat. Keisha, there's no way she wrote that with her poor grammar. The letter is BS. Who cares if he took 1 hour to feed the homeless? Young Miami, please. I'm with you when you're right. And Sarah, the reason they write it together is because someone else wrote it. Probably. I don't know. I'm not gonna go too hard on them. I like them. I root for them. I definitely do. And that reminds me, we need to do that Takari Lee bag giveaway. We have a few giveaways. Sorry, I'm not live so often. We need to do that Takari Lee. So soon, I'm gonna have to reach out to her. Takari is Jackie's daughter. I was supposed to be giving away a bag to somebody. We definitely need to do that. Guys, I will be back for other content. It's going to be involving Candace Owens, but that's going to be pre-recorded. Definitely like the video on your way out. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm sure they have their own personality. They need their own identity. Yeah, I'm with you. Angela, you're absolutely right. I'm with you as well. Okay, guys, I got to run. Super busy day, but I will be doing a pre-record later for tonight. Have a good one.